I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
What's going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Bills franchise. And this is the Bills Mafia Sit-down today, as we're going to take a quick look and a quick review of the season. We're going to look at some stats and, of course, some other, standings and some other things. And then, of course, I'll just obviously just talk about the season of what we had so far here for the Buffalo Bills into the regular season. Of course, we ended the season 16-1, losing to the Washington Commanders, which was a very weird game for us to play, and I really don't want to talk about that game. But for the most part here, we survived the regular season, and now we're getting ready to go into the postseason. You take a look here at the current, or now the postseason lineup here, and there you see the Browns will be taking on the Dolphins, who will host them in that, of course, wildcard round, which we're in right now. Chiefs will be hosting the Chargers, and the Colts will be hosting the Bengals. On the other side, the Eagles coming in number 2 seed, as they'll host the Detroit Lions. Of course, the Bucks will be hosting their rivals there in the NFC South, the New Orleans Saints. And, of course, the Cardinals will be hosting the Atlanta Falcons. A nice little bird matchup there in that one, that 4-5 matchup. And, of course, the Green Bay Packers, I should say, not New England. I was going to say New England, but I don't know what I was going to say that for. But the Packers will got the number 1 seed over in the NFC side. So as you take a look here at the current standings right now going into the postseason, and obviously the season has ended today, and of course we will get the 32nd, well, for at least for right now, with the draft order here. Most of it is going to be finalized here with the records that came in here, but obviously we're the best team in the NFL, and we're trying to see if we can go to repeat here as the NFL champions. Of course, it's going to be a tough road, as at least for the AFC side, you have to go through Buffalo to get to the Super Bowl. So we're hoping to get there. And of course, the Jets, looks like the Jets, Bears, and Jaguars all have the potential to get that number 1 pick there. And of course, it'll be based off of course, their winning percentage as well as divisional wins, losses, and so on and so forth. Browns took the AFC North there with the Bengals right behind them, Steelers and Ravens in last place. We head on down to the AFC South, the Colts. My Colts, yes, 10-7 there. Nice job there from the quarterback from our Hot Scotty series. He is their quarterback there for them, as he will be there at the he wins that division. As for us, of course, obviously we take the division 16-1. Dolphins right behind us. They're in the playoffs. They are 10-7. Patriots 8-9, which we just recently seen them a couple episodes ago. And the Jets, of course, they're currently right now least ranked wise in the power rankings at number 32, potentially getting the number 1 overall pick in this upcoming draft. Chiefs take the AFC West as they have a nice 11-6 record. Chargers right behind them with a 10-7 record. So a nice little battle between the two of them, and that's been pretty much for the most part here for the whole season. Chargers, like I said, number 2. Raiders number 3 with a 9-8, and of course the Broncos, who we just seen in the final regular season game, they are 8-9 there in the West. So a lot of things going to change. I would imagine they will be looking for a quarterback going into next season. As for the NFC side, in the North, you got the Packers 12-5, having a very good season. As you see the Lions there, Lions coming had a really good start there, and then start to slack there towards the mid part of the season. But they end the season at 8-9, along with the Vikings there, and a nice head-to-head there. Lions had them head-to-head matchup between the two of them. Vikings will take third, and of course Bears will come in last place there with a poor record there in for their season. Then in the NFC South, Tampa Bay, Falcons, New Orleans, and Carolina would of course be in last place. Then in the NFC East, you got the Eagles 10-7, who had a very nice season. Jalen Hurts doing his thing there in that division. Of course, Dak and the Cowboys not going to make it to the postseason this year. 8-9, Giants 8-9, and of course the Commanders, who shockingly enough had a very good start, but they end up losing 4 straight. And they end up, I was really hoping for a while they were looking like a good playoff team going in here. They had a chance to be in the, I think the number 2 or number 3 seed, but slid too much, losing too many games there, and they slid right out of the playoffs. And then finally in the NFC West, you got the Cardinals. They're at 8-9. Rams 7-10. Seahawks finished at 6-11 with a very impressive quarterback in the future for them, that being Terry Wolf. We'll see his stats here in just a bit. And of course, there you see the 49ers in last place. So Josh Allen, we'll talk about our boys here. Josh Allen, 6,363 yards for the season, 59 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. By far, if you look at the numbers, Josh Allen should be our quarterback, or should be our not just our quarterback, but he is our quarterback, but he should be the MVP of the league. But the thing that holds him back is that interceptions. There are 28 interceptions, and I would say a good majority of those are my fault, just not reading the defense very well, and just trying to get used to this new passing in this game. But we'll try to see if we can avoid that hopefully next season. As for Moss, 1,792 yards. He had 25 rushing touchdowns, the most in the league. I believe he comes in second place in rushing yards this season, as he will not have the rushing title. Cook, 878 yards, and he had 10 rushing touchdowns there for himself. He had 1 fumble. Zach Moss had 2 fumbles for the season. Allen had his first rushing touchdown just recently here, 11 carries for 80 yards, and he had 2 fumbles this season on the ground. As for Hunter Cannon, he had 1 touchdown early on in the season. He was our fullback there until we decided to make him kind of a part-time starter. Him and Calvin Parker kind of switched off as the starters there, and then we start moving OJ Howard into that fullback position, and that's pretty much what landed him where he's at right now as the starter tight end. But he did a great job there on the ground. Diggs, we got 3 1,000-yard receivers this season: Diggs, Davis, and Cannon. As you see, 1928 there for Davis, and 1,003 yards for Hunter Cannon, who has 14 touchdowns for the season. Great job there from him. Very impressive. Just a continuation of what he was doing in college there, especially for us in our Highland Scotty series and now in the NFL. Isaiah McKenzie doing very well the second half of the season. He had 681 yards, 6 touchdowns. I'm hoping next season he will be a player that if we can, if he's not, I'm not sure if he's up for renewal of his contract, but if he is going to be here next year, I would like to see him more involved in our offense there in the receiving position. But we'll have to see what we can do. And of course, there you see O.J. Howard's numbers as well. And of course, Khalil Shreya, not so much this year. Wasn't too much of an impact here for us this year. A couple times there, or a couple games, he helped us out in third down situations, but not as a huge impact like he was in our first year of this series. We move on now to the blocking. Spencer Brown gave up the most sacks this season, and right behind him was Dawkins with 4. And of course, there you see the rest of the guys there. So, sacks wise wasn't a huge big deal for us. We didn't get hit. We didn't get a quarterback get tackled too often in the backfield, which was nice compared to last year. So we have improved in that area, and that's nice to see. Now, obviously, we're going to look at some defensive numbers here. And Dre Greenlaw, who we picked up last year at the trade deadline for the 49ers, has been a huge upgrade for us. And he's been doing a great job there. 110 tackles, the most this season for him. Fleming, the rookie, with the most rookie tackles on defense with 105 from him, who is just doing a great job. Jalen Johnson had a great year here, but Von Miller, 24 tackles for loss here. He had 45 tackles this season with 14.5 sacks. He leads in the sacks for us as a team this year and did a great job in that category. There, Fleming's there, just 11 tackles for loss. And of course, we'll look at our sacks leaders here. Like I said, Von Miller having a great year. Russo right behind him with 4 behind him with 10.5 sacks. Oliver, there you see 7.5. And of course, Oliver should be playing in the next game after this bye week. Hopefully, he'll make a return back to the team in the conference matchup, AFC conference matchup, or I should say not a conference game, the AFC divisional round for us. Deshaun Robinson, right now we're kind of a coin flip with him if we're going to bring him back or not. I believe he is eligible to make a return, but we'll have to see how he is doing. I don't want to bring him back too soon with the injury that he had, which was pretty. He got lucky for the most part there. And then, of course, look at our rest of our numbers here from the squad as Dane Jackson wraps up the interceptions for our team. And, of course, we'll look at some pass deflections, look at some fumbles. Nice job there from Greg Russo, who had 6 forced fumbles this year. Nice job there. And, then, of course, we got several guys with 2 forced fumbles. Greg Russo, just a great edge rusher, and just does a great job there, just attacking the quarterback. He had 10.5 sacks, like I said earlier, and did a great job there. Him and Von Miller just doing a great job there. Really doing a good mixing them up in a lot of the defensive schemes we have. We have them pretty much on either side of the ball. Either the left side, the right side. I even had the guys even play interior in a couple of play formations there for us there on the defensive side of things, just to kind of mix it up with coming after the quarterback and having these guys come at different directions and different spots on the line. So, and of course, that's going to continue on as we go into the postseason, and even more so going into next season. I am kind of currently working on a new, possibly defensive scheme for our team. As we take a look at some forced fumbles down the line here, if I say this is by far, I think this defense is going to get better with some of the young talent we have right now, like Deshaun Robinson, Fleming, Elam, and of course we're looking for a future pass rusher, someone on the lines like Von Miller, in the near future, because Von Miller, he probably will get close to retirement here. I'm hoping he'll at least stay at least for one more season. I think he has a year left on his contract, so hopefully we'll stick around after this season. But that is the future that we're looking at there for the defense. But I think right now our defense is just going to get better and get stronger as we go along. So the most passing yards here for the quarterback position here from Josh Allen, and right now we'll take a look at some of the numbers from that, and I'll be right back after this. Alright, so we're back, and that was some of the numbers there for you guys this season for the NFL. I had to step away there for a little bit. My voice was not sounding or not feeling too well, so had to stop a bit here and do this last half of this video. Hopefully my voice will still survive here. But Dak Prescott, your quarterback of the year. Nice job there for him. Unfortunately, not going into the playoffs. And of course, Russell Wilson, we kind of spoiled his chances of getting that MVP. But our coach, Sean McDermott, he is going to, of course, be our quarterback of the year. Congratulations to him. As we look at some other awards going on around in the NFL, Stephon Diggs, your offensive player of the year. We got Moss there, and of course Russell Wilson as well, who, like I said, overall had a really nice season, but we kind of foiled those plans as we were able to do a good job there of stopping him, and that Denver offense there doing too much to us as we only gave up 21 points in that game. Hunter Cannon takes Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Congratulations there to him. Nice job there for him. Of course, Grady Little and Alex Flanagan, of course, of the Colts, who is leading that Colts team right now into the wild card round here. So congratulations to them. And then, of course, there's some other players as well who are in the hunt for the Rookie of the Year. A couple of them, some Highland Scotties players as well, and of course some other players there that we've seen from this series. So congratulations there to Hunter Cannon, and of course congratulations there to Sheldon Sherman winning Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Broncos. Unfortunately, the Broncos going 8-9, just under one game under 500 to finish the season. And so nice job there. Of course, best QB, Patrick Mahomes. Even though our Chiefs are in the playoffs, they're 11-6 right now, and there's a team that I'm definitely looking forward to see in the if we could make it down to, I can see those two teams being the AFC Championship, the AFC Championship game. Of course, so we won. I believe we got an award there for the best offensive line, wide receiver. That was Stephon Diggs. Of course, offensive line there. You see one of the Chiefs players, the Dolphins, picked up that one for the best defensive. I think offensive lineman are there. Oh, nice job. Elam picks the best DB. So congratulations there. We got a couple guys there as well in that category. But he takes that home. Cooper Kupp takes the best offensive player of the year. There, of course. Congratulations again. He's been on fire ever since the Rams won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. There for them. But unfortunately, Rams not going to the postseason here in this season. 7-10. Rams having a huge setback here in these since the last time we've seen them, which was in the Super Bowl when we played against them there. And of course, Aaron Donald 7-10 wins the best defensive player of the year. Of course, your rookie or the offensive rookie of the year for the NFC, that is Terry Wolf from the University of Kansas, who is the quarterback there for Seattle. And I cannot wait to see how that young man's going to fare coming up here in a few years. And of course, defensive rookie there is Reggie Hillhouse there as well. He was part of our Highland Scotty series. As you see, Dak Prescott, best QB for the Cowboys. So Cowboys, take a nice little souvenir for the end of the season. Unfortunately, will not be getting no hardware, no championship coming to Big D. Alvin Kamara, your best running back for the NFC. As you have McCaffrey, of course, Fournette, Akers, and the other Cook brother. Cooper Kupp winning the best wide receiver, so congratulations to him. So he's taking home some nice parting gifts there. As you see, the defensive line, Ryan Jensen there for the, of course, the Bucks, who will be in that game with the Saints coming up in the wild card round. That should be another fun game to watch. And Shaq Mason rounds out that category. Best, of course, defensive line, and best defensive lineman, of course, going to Khalil Mack. Malik Reed is going to be your winner in the, I can't remember which one that was, but and then, of course, Matt Pryor, best kicker for the Cardinals, and that will round out your awards for this season. So as we take a look here at the wild card round, and of course we got some Saturday games here. We got the Saints and Bucks, like I mentioned earlier. That should be a great matchup there, great rivalry between those two teams. They beat each other quite a bit this season. We'll see also the Bengals taking on the Colts. This is one I'm looking forward to because of Alex Flanagan, and see what he can do, if he can take that next step and getting his team, his rookie year, into the, of course, the divisional round. Falcons taking on the Cardinals. Dolphins taking on the Browns. The Browns have been very impressive in the last couple of weeks here. I think they've either won 5 or 6 games straight, and they are on a hot streak right now. I can see them scoring a lot of good points in that game. Lions, of course, the team that's the Cinderella team this year, taking on the Eagles. The Eagles are number 2 seed. That could be a huge upset there for the Eagles. And of course, the Chargers taking on Kansas City. As we take a look at some of the scores here, first up, it's going to be the Saints taking on the Bucks, and the Bucks win this one 37-31. So the Bucks will move on to the next round. Baker Mayfield and company will go to the next round here. Take a look at some of their stats, and it looked like a pretty impressive game there. Bucks pretty much scoring every single quarter and being pretty dominant there, playing some good defensive football there, scoring just 10 points in that final quarter and to be able to walk out of there. Jameis Wilson, no interceptions by him, but unfortunately unable to get over 200 yards in the game. Alvin Kamara had 19 carries for 98 yards, or excuse me, 96 yards. He had 2 broken tackles, but unfortunately could not get in the end zone there on the ground. Leonard Fournette, 15 carries for 77 yards. He had a fumble in the game, but unfortunately, unfortunately he couldn't get in the end zone either. Chris Goodwin, there you see almost 100 yards for the day on 9 catches. He had 94 yards, two receiving touchdowns. Gage Jr., there you see he had a receiving touchdown on 7 catches for 79 yards. Michael Thomas had a great day there. Unfortunately, just not enough there to help the Saints move on to the next round, as he had a 7 catches for 67 yards. Mike Evans, unfortunately not a 100-yard day there for him, but he does have a touchdown in that game. So Bucks did a great job there. They had a really nice air game for themselves, and did a great job there. Most tackles in the game from either team is Davis for New Orleans, as Pratt had 9 tackles, the most there for the Bucks. So the aerial game, Baker Mayfield seemed like he just had a really good day in the pocket, making some solid passes here down the field, and doing some damage here against this Saints defense, as Devin White there. Nice interception as well. So the Bucks will, of course, move on to the next round, and we'll see who they play coming up in the wild card, or I should say the divisional round for them. As we take a look at the next game coming up, it is going to be the Bengals as they head off to Indy. And there you see 35-27. Indy wins this one there, as the Bengals were red hot. They ended the first quarter, or had the first 2 quarters, outscored the Colts by 3 points in the first quarter, and then the Colts able to come back in the final, I would say the final few drives there to get 14 points on the board, but it was up by a point going into the half. It was 21-20. Third quarter, Bengals just really had a lot of stalled drives, looks like, and then Indy made a nice little touchdown, and then it came down to the final quarter of who can play better defense and who can move the ball down the field. Both scoring 7 points, but unfortunately, it looks like the Bengals missed a field goal of some sort there, so end up losing this one by a possession, 35-27. Alice Flanagan, 215, 2 touchdowns. He completed 71% of his passes, so a nice day there for him. He only got tatted up twice there in the sack department. Joe Burrow had a nice 300-yard day with 71% of his passes completed. 20 of 26. He got tattooed twice in the game, as he has had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. So he had a great day through the air, but just could not find the end zone, except for that one time. It looks like Jonathan Taylor had a breakout day there. 17 carries for 147 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Had 4 broken tackles. Mixon had a nice little day on the ground. He got in the end zone as well, but could not break the 100-yard mark for the day. And then Freeman had a little helped out there with 9 carries for 31 yards and a rushing touchdown as well. So nice job there from the halfbacks, helping out the quarterback, taking that pressure off of him, and getting themselves into the end zone there. Blair McCollum, another Highland Scotty's guy, got into the end zone as well, but did not do so well in yardage-wise for the day. Tyler Boyd, 7 catches for 131 and a tutty, as he was able to get into the end zone there. Michael Pittman Jr., 6 catches for 95 yards and a touchdown. And of course, there you see the rest of the numbers there. Mooney, the other wide receiver there for the Colts, helping out in the aerial game, and as well as getting into the end zone. And Barnes, had the most tackles in the game for both teams. He had 13 in that one. Stewart had the most tackles for loss, and looks like Buckner and Wilson both had representing both their teams very well there in the sack department. Aiden Johnson, the rookie there for the Colts. He ended up getting a half a sack there. So nice day there for him. Take a look at the rest of the numbers there. Nick Cross there at interception. The young man from Maryland, second-year guy, doing a good job there this season for the Colts. As we take a look now, head out to the desert as Atlanta wins this one 31-17. Atlanta not doing so well in the first quarter, but started to make things happen in the second quarter, leading it by 3 with a 10-7 ball game. In the second half, they really just turned on the Jets here. They scored 14 points in the third quarter and really did a great job there shutting out the Cardinals there in the third quarter with no score. But Cardinals were able to fight their way back, scraping up 10 points in the final quarter, but unfortunately just not enough. Atlanta would come back and score 7 of their own and putting away the game here at 31-17. So a nice little score there for those guys, and very impressive from Atlanta scoring there in that third quarter there. Very nice, as we'll see the box scores here coming up in just a bit. Time possession wise, looks almost pretty even there, even though Cardinals held the ball there just about 5 or 6 minutes longer. As Ritter, nice day there for him. 332, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack. He completed 77% of his passes in that matchup there. Kyle Murray, a little over 240 yards for the day with a touchdown and an interception. And he completed 65% of his passes, throwing for 26 for 40. Patterson, just getting close to that 70 mark there for the day. 15 carries for 69 yards, giggity, and also a rush touchdown. Also had a fumble as well in the game. Connor helped him out, getting a touchdown as well, taking a little bit of the load off of him, getting 12 carries for 37 yards. Murray, 6 carries for 32. And, of course, Benjamin as well helped out in the running game, 5 carries for 13 yards. As for Ritter, he had 2 carries for 6 yards. And then, of course, their halfback there came in, helped out, had a rushing touchdown. Not very good numbers for him, 5 carries for 5 yards, so just getting a yard a carry there. But he does help out getting the end zone there, helping out the ball team. Kyle Pitts, a great day there for him. 6 catches for 140 and 2 touchdowns. So great aerial day for the Falcons as the Dirty Birds do a great job there. Hopkins, he was the other one. He was another one that had a nice 100-yard day there, but this time for the Cardinals, as he had a tutty as well. And just going down the line here. So really good day there from the top 2 performers for or the top performers for both of those 2 teams when it comes to the receiving game. Both of them having over 100 yards for the day. Of course, interception. Defensively, I think this was the game changer right here. Isaiah Simmons had 11 tackles, the most in the game for either team. And then, of course, you see Needham had 7 tackles, the most for the Atlanta team. And then we go on and see the tackles for loss as well. So Atlanta had a great day through the air and causing some damage there. Of course, this against this pretty brittle, I was going to say weak, but brittle and tough Cardinals defense right now they're having. Is Poyer, oh wow, he's with Atlanta this year, so he's doing a good job there. He had a nice interception as well, so he had 4 tackles and an interception in the ball game. So nice job to see one of our guys there doing a good job. And oh wow, JJ Watt still did not retire. But yeah, I guess okay, yeah, I guess he did. Yeah, he wasn't one of the names that was on my list from last year. Guess I'm getting confused with the real life to the video game world. Other game in the other AFC game, or going at least going back to the AFC game. Browns 42-14. As the Browns score they score at least 1 touchdown in all 4 quarters, scoring when it really means something. In the second quarter, scoring 14 points, and of course scoring in the fourth quarter 14 points. And that's the type of performance you want to see here. Looks like most of it came on the ground, as Watson 287 with 3 touchdowns. He had a sack, completed 69% of his passes. Toga had 199 yards for the day, a touchdown and an interception for him, and of course a sack. He completed 65% of his passes in this one, as he was 19 of 29 in that game. So a tough day for the Finns, as it looks like Nick Chubb, not a huge day for him, but he did get in the end zone twice. He had 5 broken tackles, 13 carries for 67 yards. But Deshaun Watson helps him out, I guess, in the running game there, with 7 carries for 32 yards and a tutty. So nice day for him, as we'll see the rest of the box scores here. McClary there, you see, for the rookie, for the halfback there for Miami, had 3 carries for 11 yards and a tutty as well. Tyreek Hill was kind of absent in that game. They just could not get to him. Amari Cooper, of course, in IRL, having a great season, but here in this game, 8 catches for 800, a little over 100 yards for the day, but no touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, okay, never mind. Excuse me, he wasn't absent. He had 7 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown. So, but I guess not on the. He didn't. Usually, I've noticed here lately they've been running the ball with him. So not much to run the ball there with him in this game. Devin Njoku had 6 carries for 41. Looks like 41 for 2 receiving touchdowns. So a nice day there for the tight end. Looks like a lot of probably more red zone, probably in the red zone situation there. And then let's take a look at defensive numbers here. Looks like for the most part, I mean, obviously you only get don't get too many points on the board there against this team that's putting up 42 there. So you're not going to have a good day defensively for the Finns. But most of the defense coming from the Browns, with Garrett and of course Clowney as well, doing a great job there. Jordan Phillips as well, helping out, getting a sack. Nate Mann, the rookie there from Wisconsin, does a great job there, as he has a nice sack. He had 2 tackles in the game, and I guarantee you next season we'll probably see more of him on that defensive tackle line. That defensive, that's a defense I'm really concerned about next year, is that Dolphins team, because they got a lot of good, impressive rookies that they picked up in their draft class there. So they're definitely going to be somebody that division is going to have to do a lot of research and do a lot of good, try to find ways to get around those defensive players. Now, the shocker of the weekend was this one. Number 2 seeded Philadelphia going down against one of the lowest rated teams, rated, I think, the 7th rated team in the NFC, 7th seed, and that is the Detroit Lions. 38-35. The Lions did a great job there. Did not score anything in the first or in the second or third quarter. Philly did not score anything in the first half. So that was probably concerning to a lot of Philadelphia fans out there. Jalen Hurts ended the day with 321 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Garoppolo, Jimmy G had almost close to 360 yards for the day, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He got tattooed 5 times in the game. Still found a way to win the ball game. Got a little help from, of course, the Heisman Trophy winner, Winston K-Son, who had 17 carries for 65 yards and a rushing touchdown, as well as 2 broken tackles in that game. And a nice performance there from him. And I think he's going to get even stronger. I think we'll see probably more carries from him after this week. He had a nice performance there. Of course, Saunders 13 carries for 54 yards, a touchdown. Jalen Hurts helped out in the running game as well, as he was trying. Looks like he was just trying to do anything and everything to help his team get back in this ball game, and they were fighting and scrapping there. But the Lions, I think, probably seemed like a last-minute drive there. Was able to kick 3 points and break up the tie and win it by 3 on a field goal there. So nice job there from the Lions, who have been very impressive here going into this second season. And like I said, they made some good draft picks coming into this first year draft that we've had in this series. And they could be a team. Again, if they continue playing like this throughout the playoffs, they're a team that could be very, very, very dangerous. And I would be surprised if they, cause some more upsets there in the NFC side. And hopefully, if we happen to meet them in the Super Bowl, if we, of course, that's obviously what we'll meet them at. Hopefully, we can avoid their whatever magic they have. Hopefully, that magic's ran out by the time they get to us, if we get to the Super Bowl. But very impressive team, very impressive game. I'm sure a lot of Philly fans are scratching their heads like, what in the hell is going on? Jalen Hurts, had a better game, and yet still we just could not. They could not stop him. Scarborough there, the rookie there for Philly. He was, I think he was a second-round pick there. Just could not help out his team there. So it came down to, not experienced too much there. I guess in a high-pressure situation there. Hines, one of our guys there, he had a nice interception there. So good job there from him. I'm glad to see a lot of our high and scouted guys doing very good for their first year here in the NFL. And so we'll take a look here at the next one here. And this is another one that kind of surprised me here. Kansas City, wow, only 14 points scoring in the second and fourth quarters. Could not score anything else in the ball games. As we'll see, Chargers scoring 14 in the first and then scoring another 7 before the half. They give up 7 to Kansas City at the half, right before the half there. Leading it 21-7, but then it looks like the Chargers defense just did a great job there of holding back the Chiefs, only giving up 7 points, and that was late in the fourth quarter against them, and the Chiefs ended up coming up short in this one. So looks like we won't see the Chiefs in a AFC showdown of any sort, particularly in the AFC championship game. But I'm more a little concerned about these Chargers here. Justin Herbert, 307, a touchdown and an interception for him. So he had a pretty decent day. They're not big numbers there, not gaudy numbers, but look like he had a pretty reasonable day. But Mahomes, Mahomes, 162, a touchdown, an interception. He also got sacked there. He only completed 57% of his passes. We have not seen Mahomes throw like that, really. Honestly, I would say his rookie season, but I would almost think at all. So this is kind of just a shocking moment here of Kansas City not playing like how we've seen Kansas City before, both in this series and, of course, right now they're struggling in real life. Pacheco, there you see 15 carries, 46 yards, a touchdown. Eckler, 19 carries for 75 yards, a touchdown for him. But yeah, just shocking. They had over 50 yards rushing, but usually there's one their top guy, which is Pacheco. You would see him probably have them over 50 yards in the game, but they didn't even have that just with one player. And let alone Mahomes didn't even get, Mahomes is known throwing over, 300 yards a game average wise. And this one, he just cannot get nowhere near that. So a very tough day there. Not able to throw the ball there. So the Chargers defense was very, looked like they seemed like they were really prepared. They shut down Kelsey. Kelsey just getting 53 yards on 5 catches. That's somewhere around about 10 yards a catch. So not a big day. Of course, they even have Calvin Ridley. Ridley there with Ridley just 1 yard short of 50 on 4 catches, or excuse me, on 3 catches there for that game. So just a tough day for the Kansas City offense, as they could not really do it. The only touchdown really coming from Sky Moore, and that was probably a short end zone touchdown there for 9 yards there. So very tough day for the wide receivers for Kansas City. And we'll see the defense here. And I can tell you right now, one of the people right now that probably give Kansas City a run for the money, and that was probably Khalil Mack, who looks like he had 7 tackles for 7 tackles, tackle for loss, and a sack as well. So not big numbers, but I'm sure he made his presence known on that field there to Mahomes, and he not necessarily put up the numbers there, but maybe sure that let Mahomes know that, hey, I'm on the field, and you're not going to be having too much of a field day here on the through the air. I'm going to put some pressure on you, and that might have been the case here in this situation here. Is this Chargers defense? I mean, they see each other twice a year, so they know each other pretty well. They got good history. So this is a really good win here for the Chargers, and we'll see who the Chargers. I believe the Chargers will have to play us. They'll have to come to Buffalo in their next game there. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. See what they're going to be throwing at. I mean, if they can do that to Patrick Mahomes, I mean, imagine what they can do to Josh Allen as well. I mean, that is not looking too good for us. I mean, it kind of makes you a little nervous going into this wild card round. So yeah, we will host the Chargers. They are the 6th seed, so they'll face us. Number 2 seed, Cleveland will of course host the Colts in that divisional round. And then take a look here. Of course, we played the Chargers earlier on this season. I believe it was back in week 15, just a couple of episodes ago. We beat them 45-14, so they may be letting us. This might be a callback here from that game, as we put a good whooping on them. Josh Allen at 301 yards, 5 touchdowns in that game, and he completed 84% of his passes. He was 21 of 25. So we were doing a great job there managing the passing for Josh Allen, as Herbert had a little over, almost close to 320 yards for the game. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he was sacked 3 times. So we protected Allen in that game very well. And we're going to have to try to do the same thing here this time around. I think one of the big things here is, we're going to have to come up with that running game here. So, the last couple of weeks here, both, Cook and Moss have been, doing a great job of that 1-2 punch. And I think that'll be kind of key for us going into that next game. With also, I would say also too, getting the short passing game involved. Get Hunter Cannon involved in the short passing game. Don't throw too much. Don't throw, anything deeper than 15 yards. Just kind of keeping that short and medium passing game is ideally, that's what I want to go after and try to do. Defensively, for Keenan Allen, kind of keep a good eye on him. He had 106 yards in that game on half a dozen catches there, but did not get in the end zone. So trying to keep him shut down, as well as Mike Williams. Mike Williams did have a touchdown catch there, but he was under, I think, 30 yards in that game. Here it is. 3 catches for 27 yards in that ball game. So, trying to stop those two, and they're all obviously on opposite ends of us, opposite ends of the offensive line. That's going to be definitely a tricky thing. So I would say I will probably have a matchup where I'll probably end up double and make sure Keenan Allen is double teamed, and they'll have to focus. We'll make our focus be on Mike Williams. Murray in that game, Murray Jr. For the Chargers, had a great defensive day. I think he had 13 tackles in that game. He had double-digit tackles in that game. So we'll have to try to get him, try to find a way how we can avoid him from flying around the field. Von Miller, he is definitely going to have to step up for us defensively. He's going to have to come in here and get some good sacks. And of course, we're going to have to find a way to make sure we don't let Khalil Mack get a hold of us either, because Mack, he had no sacks in that game. And of course, he didn't have any. I think he had one in that game there with the Chiefs. We'll try to make sure we try to avoid that. So, they say here maybe the suggestion was a defended deep passing game. Deep passing, they're only at 77.3%. Defensively, I think for us, what we're going to try to do is I'm more concerned about the short passing. I want to shut that down. I want to force Herbert to throw the ball deep and make some challenges to our secondaries there. Offensively, like I said, I think I want to go with that short passing game because Derwin James and the other secondaries they have there, especially the linebackers, because Khalil Mack, he also plays a little bit of linebacker from time to time as well, so they'll have him jump back and forth between the line and the middle linebacker position, the outside linebacker position. So I want to kind of avoid that. So I think we're gonna go with a short passing game, and like I said, stick with the running game. Get that. We had a great job. We did an excellent job with that 1-2 punch in that game against the game against Denver. And then of course Moss by himself, the last time we played against the Chargers, just by himself just had a really great game there against them. So his ball carrying and speed was very great against them, and I think we have a good matchup there. So like I said, we stick to that game plan, short, medium passing game, and of course really involve the running game early on and takes a lot of that pressure off of Josh. We got this game won, and we can move on to the next round to either face the Browns or the Browns or Colts in the conference championship game. So I know there's a lot to be covered there, but for the most part here, this was postseason is going to get crazy. We've already seen a lot of crazy stuff already. I'm sure we'll see a lot more coming up in this divisional round. Got a lot of pretty good divisional matchups coming up. So we'll take a look at those after we get done playing our game, and take on the Chargers, who are finished season 10-7. We in the season 16-1, and we'll see if we can avoid walking out of here with an L and try to bring home another dub and try to get another step closer to that Lombardi trophy. But if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. If you have anything you want to know what's going on with other players or other teams or whatever, let me know down below in the comment section. Not to mention any ideas or strategies that you think I should use against the Chargers that are better than what I came up with. Let me know down below as well in the comment section. Of course, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. Links are down below in the description, as well as check us over on our second channel over on ESGNet Plus LP. And of course, when we do live stream, we live stream at two places. You guys can check us out over at twitch.tv/ESGNet, and of course over on Kick at kick.com/ESGNet. Excuse me, but that is it. Hopefully my voice gets a little bit better, and of course hopefully I can breathe out of my nose. As my nose has been stuffed up here. I've been trying to get away from this cold here. I got another cold here in the last 2 weeks, so hopefully I get better, and hopefully I can get this video out, this next video for you guys for this series coming up very, very soon. But that's it for me, you guys. As always, go Bills Mafia, and keep yourselves and each other healthy. Hopefully you guys have a great day, and I will see you all next time.
I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.